years nearly. Just a little of my background for you all who have not heard me speak before. In January of 2005, I was in, at that time, my 30th year of law practice. That's 30th. I've now been practicing over 42 years, although now in the last several years on a part-time basis, partly because of the financial success that Stream has provided me. But in January of 2005, I was in my 30th year of law practice, quite satisfied with my career, busy, no time to spare, and frankly, I wasn't looking for anything else to do. But what I was looking for was investment or residual income. Income that would come in whether I got out of bed or not. You know, most of us make money by exchanging our time for dollars. And in that game, I was doing pretty well. But there's another form of income. It's called residual or investment kind of income. And that kind of income, ladies and gentlemen, is what will allow you to buy your time back. And I knew that that was the only way I could do that. And so that my mindset was that I was looking for those kinds of sources, good quality sources of that kind of income. So when Stream was introduced to me by a CPA and a client of mine who back in 2005, who simply asked me for my opinion on a new business that was launching in Texas, after I saw it, that's exactly what I saw, a residual income source tied to a life essential service that everyone had to have, energy. Honestly, it seemed logical to this lawyer, and the question I asked was not why would I choose to be involved, but rather, why not? Literally, why not? So this accountant and I looked at each other, and I can remember just like it was yesterday. We looked at each other and we said these 5 words. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Lonnie, I don't have control of the screen. There, maybe there now we do. Whoop, not yet. So we said, let's just see what happens. And we rolled up our sleeves and began to go to work. We just started calling our friends, our family, and saying, hey, do you want to save money or you want to make money? Literally, it's as easy as that, folks. Do you want to save money? Do you want to make money? The great thing about us when we choose to be associates is that we can do both. We can both save money on life essential services and I should say, we can make money by helping other people save money on what they have to have and need to have. I jumped ahead of myself, so let me swing back to that slide here. Stream is a proven success, folks. Like I like to say in front of crowds all the time, Stream is no longer on trial. Stream is no longer on trial. It is a proven success, and we have all kinds of accolades that the company has generated and produced over the nearly 13 years that it's been in business, including paying out hundreds of millions of dollars to hundreds of thousands of associates and positioning itself as one of the top 20 largest direct selling companies in all of North America. And many of these companies having been around for decades. And yet our company has done all this within 13 years. It's exciting to be a part of that company and a company that's a proven success. Because think about this, folks, 13 years ago when Donnie and I started in this business, the company had no credibility. It was not a proven success. So we had to build this business talking to folks and really sort of relying on our own credibility, our own success in business, or in my case, the professional life, to invite people to come on board with us to start a new company, a brand new company. But now all of you get to rely not only on what credibility you may personally have with people, but on the proven concept of Stream. We started in Texas with electricity. We moved to Georgia with natural gas, and in the Northeast, they're dual commodity states. And so we then moved into those states. And now, of course, as most of you know, we just now recently, within the last 30 days, opened the state of Illinois, and it's exploding, absolutely exploding. We couldn't be more excited about being in that new market. But that's just the markets we're in for energy. We are across the state, coast to coast, border to border, with all of our other products, from wireless, as you'll see here on this next slide, from wireless to protective services, and the home services. Now, there are a lot of options in those latter two, protective and home services. The one that we want to focus on the most is the virtual MD, the ability to have a 24/7 conversation with a board certified physician while you're at home, and you're avoiding all the traffic, you're avoiding the waits in the reception room waiting on the doctor, and be able to talk to that doctor live on the phone, even over FaceTime if you want, and tell him your issues and let him or her prescribe the medicines that you need, and you can swing right back down to your pharmacy and pick it up, and all of that in a fraction of the time it would take. So that's an incredible new service that Stream is taking advantage of. And I'll tell you, folks, virtual medicine is exploding across the country, and our company is simply on the front end of that explosion. And so wireless services, protective services, and home services, there's no respecter of geography. It's as I said, it's available in every state we have, from coast to coast, border to border in the continental United States. So it's an exciting program that Stream, starting with energy, now has all of these other essential services. And when somebody creates a financial transaction where they go to Stream to say, I want energy, or I want a wireless, or I want a cell phone and wireless services, or I want virtual MD or home services, you and I get to insert ourselves in the middle of that financial transaction. And we simply get to take some of the profits generated from that transaction and put it in our pocket for ourselves and our family. Relationship marketing is one of the secrets, the two big secrets, I think, of why our company has succeeded so well over the 13 years that it's been in business. We get to create businesses independent of Stream. They're our businesses. We're 1099 folks, meaning we own our own business. We can set our own schedule, move as fast as we want or as slow as we want, whatever suits you, depending on the circumstances in your life at any particular time. But the reason, folks, that I got in this business was because of this slide right here. It was a simple business plan. Quite frankly, I was already involved in something that actually was pretty complicated. Sitting down and talking with people about their real estate transactions, their business arrangements, maybe items that were carrying them into litigation, either as a plaintiff suing someone or defending someone. And I'm trying to solve these issues and move the ball forward for my clients. That was a complicated situation in many, many ways. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is a simple business plan. We literally just simply enroll a few customers ourselves, and then we teach others to do the same thing. It's a $299 one-time enrollment fee that allows you to be able to both not only save money on life essential services, but make money by inserting yourselves in a financial transaction that's going to happen anyway, with or without us. And we simply get to insert ourselves and get a piece of that for ourselves. And the company has spent a bundle creating a website that all of us can basically rent for $24.95 a month. That is our own personal website where we can send people to do our business. They can either sign up there as customers or sign up as our business partners or associates, we call them. Or in this case, when you pay your $299, you become a associate of the company, and we give you the title of director. Okay, director. So now the Stream story begins. And what you want to do is become a qualified director. Now, what do I mean by qualified? What I mean by that is you are qualified to receive a check from Stream Energy. And in order to get qualified, you have to actually create business for the company. So when you go out and generate 3 customer, what we call points, now they can be actual customers, or you can actually substitute that Stream website as 1 point, and that will count as one of those customers. And folks, you can be one of those 3 customers yourself. So really you control 2 of those first 3 customer points. And you just simply call your next door neighbor, your mom, your son, your daughter, or whoever, and say, I'm going to make you a Stream customer. And as soon as you do that, you become a qualified customer. And for that effort, you make $100. So you have actually done what you are now going to teach others to do. And in addition to getting just those 3 customers, if you go out and complete a complement of 10 customers, you're going to get another $500 on top of that, and another $500 when you complete a complement of a total of 15 customers. That's $1,100 simply by you saving yourself money on life essential services and you helping your friends and family do the same thing. Literally, folks, that's what I'm talking about. So you've accomplished this, and now you're going to go out and teach some people to do the same thing. If you teach 2 people to do that, you'll actually promote to a level called regional director. And when they go out and get their 3 customer points, you're going to be earning a team customer bonus on each of those for $100. So our business plan shows you sponsoring 3 people. So it just takes 2 to promote to the first regional director or leadership level. When you sponsor that 3rd one, it's actually a part of your regional director team. But for that, you will still earn a $100 bonus. And quite frankly, folks, it's not limited to 3. You can sponsor as many people as you want, and you'll still get that $100 bonus. And you have 120 days to do that work, which is represented on the screen there, and you're going to earn a total of $1,400. Now, in the business world, folks, we call that startup capital. And so Stream has given you a vehicle to create startup capital that you can then invest in the growth of your business here on the front end of your launch. You've got a website. It's going to be $24.95. That $1,400 will pay for that website for a long time, right? So it's really not coming out of your old money or your current bank account. It's new money that you're creating through this business opportunity that gives you the ability to pay for these new expenses. And then, of course, you're going to have things like maybe filling up your tank with gas, a few meals maybe, or travel expenses, or this or that. This business really allows you to write off your lifestyle. And that's one of the beauties of network marketing in general, and certainly one of the beauties of our company and our particular compensation plan. So that's your startup capital. Now I'm going to shift to what was really the attractive part of the business to me, and that was knowing that I could create a source of income, as I mentioned at the first part of my comments, that would come in whether I got out of bed or not. That's residual income. We call it MEI, monthly earned income. And what I want to use to illustrate this is simply someone coming into the business and doing the minimum, just the minimum. You go out and share this with 2 people, the minimum, and you teach them to go do the minimum, getting 5 customer points. 5 customer points, that's all. And if everybody just simply duplicates that down through 5 levels, you're going to get paid a royalty. Not technically a royalty, but I like to say it's similar to a royalty on every one of those energy accounts that's paid by one of these people that fits in this 5-level grid of associates, business partners, and customers that they gather. And by the time you add up all those royalties on all of that level, you're generating $445 a month. Now, I know for some of you sitting there, you're going to be like me and think, well, that's not that much money. And you're right. You can't retire on $445 a month. But when you consider that as an addition to the income that you're already making, just think about going out and going to your mailbox, figuratively speaking, and opening it and getting an envelope and opening that envelope, and there being a $445 check in there every month, month after month after month. Think about what you would have at the end of 12 months. If you didn't want to cash those during the month because you didn't think you needed that money, just let it stack up in the top drawer of your chest of drawers, and on December 12th, cash all those checks. What could you do with an extra $6,000 in the month of December, this December? What would you do with an extra $6,000? That's the way I like to look at it. It is meaningful income, but you know, like me, there are many of you out there that are bigger thinkers financially, and you want more. You know, quite frankly, I'm sort of a greedy capitalist pig. Now, by that I mean, sort of humorously, that I like to have a lot of success financially, and so if there are other ways and ways that I can pursue or avenues I can go down to create more income that are legal, ethical, and moral, that's what I like to do. And so what our company says, just go out and do a little bit more work. That's all. instead of showing just 2 people, think of an extra 2 people that you know that you would like to be in business with. Really, you control who you invite. You want to be in touch with people that you enjoy being with, that you want to be with, and that together you can build a great team that can not only benefit you with income, but benefit each and every one of those of your special friends and people that you meet along the way. And so we teach them not to just do 2, but to do 4. And let's think about that being duplicated down through, again, this 5-level grid, everybody getting the same royalty that you got on the previous slide. And all of a sudden your income doesn't equal just $445 a month. It's not addition, it's duplication. And it creates nearly $12,000 of income a month. Now, folks, I don't know who you are sitting out there listening to this webinar tonight, but $12,000 a month is a lot of money for anyone. How do I know that? Because the Social Security Administration says that less than 7% of the people in this country will ever make $100,000 in 1 year's time. Catch that? Most people will never be able to do this. And yet, Stream allows us a vehicle, an avenue, if you will, to do this, that we can generate this $12,000 a month residually. Again, this is on top of what we're already earning in our workaday world. And we're excited about doing this on top of it. And at some point, that $12,000 a month will allow you to do this full time. That's up to you. I've built this business part-time for the first 8 years I was in the business, and now focused more on Stream than anything else I do, although I do some other things as well. But folks, look at let me go back to that one slide real quick, because I want to make sure you understand what I just left. If only half of that works, instead of $12,000 a month, you'll make $6,000 a month. I think that's life-changing income for most people. And if you only did 10% of that, that'd still be nearly $1,200 a month. And that can be a life-changing income for most people. But in addition to that MEI, that residual income, that investment type income that I was interested in, and I think probably is the most attractive thing to most people, the company also pays you weekly for your efforts. Now, I know a lot of you on this call get paid weekly. Every Friday you get a check, or at least on the 1st and the 15th, or the 16th and the last day of the month. Well, in our company, no different. They pay you every Friday for the efforts that you've done in that week before. And it creates for you, once you move into the leadership businesses, it will create for you a check for every person who comes in and becomes a qualified director. You start with an extra $25 times every one of those people that join your regional director business, and times $25 times those number of people. And as you promote through the ranks, the company pays you more money, not for doing different things, but for doing the same thing. It's not like in a job where you get promoted and have to learn different techniques or different information. It's all the same. We just simply go out and enroll customers and teach others to do the same. And so you can see all of those coded bonuses that are paid to you in each of your organizations. And quite frankly, there's a way in which you can get paid all of those bonuses depending on where you sponsor a new person in one of these coded leadership positions that you have the ability to move through. It's very exciting, folks. Again, this is weekly income. So we have the startup capital. We have the monthly income that's paid on the 15th of every month. I don't think I mentioned that. That's the residual income. And then this weekly income. But in addition to that, Stream gives us other incentives to attract us to the discipline of building this business. Now, I like to look at it this way. Stream not only pays us money, but they want to give us opportunities to celebrate our success. Not just celebrate our personal success, because not any of us will succeed in this business without a team. And so we have the ability to celebrate with a team. And the company has created a free vacations for those that qualify, called Streamcation, to exotic places all over the world. And I've had Donnie and I and Susan and my wife have had the ability to go to so many great places. celebrating our success together through this vehicle. And you guys now have the ability to come along and be a part of that by hitting the various markers that Stream now has in place in our compensation plan. We call it the 300 Club, and you'll learn more about that as you talk to the person who sponsored you and as you learn more about this business. But really, everybody has the ability to participate in Streamcation, to also have the Mercedes-Benz program, which I've been a part of since the very beginning. But now anyone can be a part of if they hit these various markers. Whether you're a managing director or above, you have the ability to qualify for this. And there are bonuses to the MEI, that monthly residual income.